And Jim, when you go back to that sixth inning, that kind of was the defining inning for the Orioles there, where they loaded the bases and couldn't score a run. It seemed like, at least.
Well, you think you're going to get the right guys up. I'm not sure he made a perfect pitch to Trumbo, but again, he was in and out, and he got a pitch out over the plate. He popped it up, and now then you get Scope, and he got ahead of him. Take a look right here. So, again, here's the pop-up, and it's a fastball out over the plate. The one thing about it, and Rick Dempsey knows about this, he caught a lot of good lefties. They'll add and subtract, so you think it's a hittable pitch, but maybe the speed's a little bit different. And then right here, he's pitched around Scope. Now, I know that pitch might have annoyed Rick Dempsey, and, again, it was a questionable pitch. Brian O'Nora did not have a good night. Alan Porter did not have a good night behind the plate yesterday. But those things sometimes happen. But at the end of the day, Bumgarner, he knew exactly who he wanted to pitch against. He didn't want to pitch to Scope, so he kind of walked him, got ahead early, tried to make perfect pitches, didn't, and then pitched to Chris Davis. And why? They're hitting 179 with 6 extra base hits all year long, 3 of those home runs. And again, so why wouldn't you pick who you're going to pitch? The game at that time was 2-0. But again, this guy knows how to pitch, and meanwhile, Gausman was, great arm all over the place.
Jimmy, in the top of that 6th inning when Adam Jones got hit, that play right there was a game changer for me, because considering what happened after Adam Jones was called out, the Orioles had a big inning put together right there. Now, what are the people in New York looking at? Because they obviously didn't see the foul tip hit his knee. That would have made it a dead play from the very beginning. I don't understand. If they're trying to get things right, why couldn't they have made the right decision there? It was obvious.
Hey, well, I don't think they can challenge that play. And if they could, the Orioles would have won it. I think really what it was a rule check. They were trying to check with New York what the rule is. Well, the rule is basically if the ball hits, whether you swing at it or you bunt at it, if you bunt it, even if it hits your hand and then hits your leg, it's a dead ball. So I don't think the umpires on the field saw it. They couldn't get any help from the challenge, and the result was that Adam Jones, now, of course, he would have gotten a hit. He wouldn't have been on base. I mean, he's not going to get first base because he was in the act of bunting. But at the end of the day, who knows? He might have got a base hit. Hole, and he might have changed. Again, Span made a nice effort on the ball by Manny. Hardy, very much like in Oakland in that 1-0 game where Jones didn't get a good read. Ball went in and out of the glove. Couldn't score the run because you don't have a lot of speed. Otherwise, you get a run there, and who knows that may change the complexion of the game.
Well, Jim, isn't that a challengeable call? If our video people see it, it's a foul tip off of Adam Jones's knee. That's a challengeable call right there. Why couldn't they have done that?
I really don't know that, and I thought it was actually plays in front of the umpire, and maybe that's deemed not in front of the umpire. But at the end of the day, I think that's why Buck Sholower was so upset, because it was rather obvious to anybody that saw the replay, but obviously not to the umpires on the field, that the ball off the finger, off the bat, and then off the leg. It's a dead ball. It should have just been a strike, and Adam should have been able to hit, not be called out. But hey. Again, at one point in this game did get to be 6-0, so I don't know if it would have made a difference. But again, against guys like Bumgarner, you better get every break you can, and that wasn't one that went the Orioles' way.